Welcome back to Comedy Trap House News. It's your boy Marvin Telp. And we're going to start this week with the news that has been polarizing every news media and everything. OceanGate Submarine Titan, because they have 3 ships. This one's named Titan. And Titan was lost on its way to the wreck of the Titanic, which that's the Titanic. I just figured we put both of them on top of the ocean before they, meet at the bottom. And this is a tragedy because the ship was lost and all 5 passengers on board had died. And so we're going to give little props to who was on ship. We have the former French Navyman Paul-Henri Narcolet. We have Hamish Harding, who was the British billionaire, Shahzada Dawood, and his 19-year-old son, Suleiman Dawood, which is actually really tragic in this. And of course, CEO and founder of OceanGate, Stockton Rush. And Stockton Rush doesn't get as much empathy as the Dawood family. They paid $250,000 to take this trip, to which I'm sure Stockton promised was going to be safe and everything. But Stockton is on record for saying, and I quote, "Innovation is about picking the rules you break." Wrong. So part of the issue is there were a lot of things going on with this Titan class submarine, or this Titan submarine, before it ever went under. You had one of the engineers on the ship say, hey, this is kind of dangerous. I think we should do some more safety testing, and they fired his ass. Titan wasn't classed as a submarine at all because that's a multi-year process, and we're not going to go through the multi-year process. We got bread to get to. They use carbon fiber for the pressure hull when it's like, oh, they use it on airplanes, and everybody in the industry was like, hey. The pressure there and the pressure on airplanes is different. I don't know if you would do it. And these are all rules the innovator Stockton Rush had made. And so what happened is, on their site, they said Boeing, I want to quote it correctly, Boeing helped support with the design and engineering support. And Boeing was like, shit. Boeing has no parts of that. NASA, who sent them parts, was like, man, every company that they've got parts from or stole design specs from was like, yeah, but y'all ain't really talked to us, because if y'all talked to us, we would have told you, nah, fam, this ain't it. And it cost $1.2 million to search for the passengers of this ship, which was about, $0.2 million more than the total cost of ticket prices for every passenger on that ship. I'm sure Stockton didn't pay a dime. And so it's one of those things where you go, they spent $1.2 million looking for a submarine that was probably destroyed at the bottom of the sea, which we then found out later was destroyed at the bottom of the sea. But it's about the value of human lives. Play that Patrice O'Neal clip for me.
You know how you can tell how pretty a white woman is? The value, you look at her and then you wonder how long they would look for if she was missing. Come on, take a look. Look at this nigga, look. I saw you look mad, sweetie. How long, if you was missing, how long you think they would? Exactly, she went.
And it's true. The value of certain lives are a little more expensive than others, because this happened. A migrant ship off of Greece, 700 lives potentially lost. 700 Pakistani migrants' lives potentially lost. And you ain't heard shit about it. But I'm not here to judge society and what it's done. I'm just speaking pure facts. The conversation I need to have with y'all right now is, y'all niggas has gotta chill, Okay, look, I get it. As black people, we've gone through some shit and we like to make things funny and we have a good time and we have fun. But like, who would do this? Really? In the midst of tragedy, people keep sending me memes like this. I can't laugh. This is heavy. People are losing lives. Okay? And then the next one, I just go, why? Why this? Really, Arnold? First of all, Miss Frizzle wouldn't have put her students in such a precarious situation. The magic school bus was magic. It could do it all, okay? Or this. Why? Titanic annual deaths. This is not even a real chart. Someone drew this on their phone, okay? And then the little blip at the bottom, that's ridiculous, okay? I'm not giving props to these. I'm saying these are ridiculous. Why would you do this? Okay? Okay. If I sing you this, you lost me. Word. Which would not be beaten by this one. I want to drown in it. Y'all got to do better than this. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sitting here fighting back my laughter at all, because this is a terrible situation. Like this one right here. Priceless? You stole the old MasterCard commercial? This is not priceless. It's not funny, folks. It's not funny. Okay? And every day I'm out here fighting for my life. Okay? Because I'm trying to get to heaven too. I got a space. You know, God has built for me a place in heaven. But no, y'all want to keep joking. Y'all want to joke about the control. First of all, the remote, it was a Logitech remote. It wasn't a Bop It remote, okay? They didn't get lost because he forgot to pull when it said twist. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I am exhausted and y'all just keep going lower.
One more.
Like this. Don't try to laugh. I know you better not. You better not laugh. Okay? Like I said, I'm with R. Kelly. I'm fighting for my life. God damn it. Speaking of places of folks who are going to heaven or hell. Nigga, these were brilliant. We're gonna keep it 100. These were brilliant. And I was like, the whole time I was like, I'm not gonna comment because I hate the fact that we keep making me laugh. But these were, so kudos. Now that I've secured my spot in hell, we're gonna speak about a certain special place in hell for police officers. We're gonna go to San Antonio, where 3 cops have now been convicted of murder. Well, I'm sorry, charged with murder. Convicted later. They're not white enough to get off. So these 3 cops are responsible for the death of Melissa Perez, 46 years old. And at the time, the story is this. Apparently she was having a mental health episode at the time, and she had cut the alarm wires in her building, okay? Not a reason to be shot and killed. The fire department showed up first because it was the fire alarm, so they showed up. So the fire department is talking to her, and they're having a reasonable conversation. They could tell that something was going on, but it wasn't like it was out of control. And then these 3 raggedy sons of police shows up, and they escalate the situation. They escalate the situation to the point where they're trying to push themselves into this woman's house. One of the dudes, like, to the point where she feels she has to defend herself, and so she grabs a hammer. Just a hammer. So she's swinging a hammer, and they shoot her. Multiple shots are let off by all 3 of the fucking cops for a woman with a hammer going through a mental health episode. And the whole point of this is, this woman, Melissa Perez, did not deserve to die over a mental health episode. Like, we keep talking about cops needing to be trained, and we know that the inherent racism that's produced in the police system. But what we need to start doing is we need to start checking school records, because if you got bullied in school, you shouldn't be a cop, because the way the power is running to your motherfucking heads is out of control. So what? He took your lunch money. That is not a reason to shoot a random person later. It's just not. Check the school records. And speaking of power going to one's head, we're going to jump to Russia, where Evgeny Prigozhin, Evgeny and his people, the leader of the Wagner Group, and the Wagner Group is a group of mercenaries that have actually been helping Russia in their special military activity in Ukraine, decided, I'm sick of this shit. Looks like a full James Bond villain, though, doesn't he? Like Chrome Dome or something like that, right? Where he has like a laser in his basement that'll split you in two. Anyway, he decided to declare war on the Russian Ministry of Defense, which I guess, I think it's because they still haven't finished their war in Ukraine, and Ukraine is now pushing back, and it's an embarrassment, and something needs to be done. But what happened was, in this 36-hour coup or attack on Moscow, Evgeny took his troops to Rostov-on-Don, which is a city, came in, ran through, took the turn up north to Moscow, and legitimately got to within 125 miles of Moscow with his troops before he backed out. And he just randomly backed out, right? Like, all right, I'm out. Let's negotiate a peace treaty. And now he's an outcast in Belarus. And so my belief is, someone put a battery in his back, right? There's belief that there was someone or some ones inside the Kremlin who were like, hey, do this because Putin has lost his mind. We got to get him the fuck up out of here. But Putin, being one of those guys who is terrified of assassination, he is legitimately, like, his biggest fear, like, he wakes up, assassination. They thought they killed me. That's his biggest fear. There are known body doubles. You've seen it with like scars and tattoos and all this stuff. It's hard to pin down Putin. And I think what happened is Putin dipped, and so the entire coup of Russia fell apart. And so the person that they dropped this on was Chrome Dome. And so now he is in Belarus as an outcast, and no one has seen him since he's left. I think he's dead. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I think they got him the fuck out of here immediately. But it goes to show that Putin is not as secure as we thought he was. We really thought for a long time Putin was untouchable, that he had Russia under his thumbs. And this military coup shows a bigger problem. Not only is a hired group of mercenaries somehow got the audacity to turn back, but whatever got them to turn back is inside your cabinet, right? So now you've got to be concerned, Putin, about who you sit next to every day. So do not be surprised if you see Putin do what Stalin did when he first came to power. And if you don't know, because you weren't paying attention in history, I'll give it to you. He killed everybody. That's it. That's all. Oh, you did what? You said what? Gotta go. It was maybe 5 or 6 major generals and people in power when Stalin took power. 2 of them survived. And you're about to see the same cleaning of house right now with Vladimir Putin. And the world is now on edge for multiple reasons. One, they feel Putin is now pushed in the corner where he's going to have to show his ass. Which honestly, he is. He's going to have to show his ass. At some point, he's just going to have to put up or shut up. Because you keep saying, we got nuclear weapons. Yeah, but shut up. Do it or don't. And I'm not calling you bluff. I'm just saying, We tired of talking, okay? You gonna be a thug, be a thug, all right? Come get that money, boo. No, I'm really joking. Don't be that guy. But he either has to do that or pull out of Ukraine. He's not gonna pull out. No nigga likes to pull out once he gets started. You know what I'm saying? But he's at a point where something major has got to happen, and the world is either going to, one, try to back any other coup and any other people who are, you know, dissenting against Putin, and that's just going to cause for chaos. We're literally sitting on the brink of World War III. If you really think about what happened in World War I and in World War II, we're kind of getting the same thing. Hey, we want some more land. We're just going to start taking shit. What are you going to say? China's over there like, hey, we want some more land. What are you going to say? So you're literally getting the building of alliances, and we're gearing up toward another World War III. And I'm hoping we don't. But if we do, it's y'all fault for making these fucked up ass memes about them niggas at the bottom of the ocean. And I just wanted to say one more thing. The submarine's name was Titan, going to explore the Titanic. See, I see what just happened there. What? That's it. That's our time here at Comedy Trap House News. Well, that's all we're covering today. Any questions, comments, concerns, we're going to hop into the chat box, see what you people have to say. And we're not talking about those memes anymore. So something else. What do we got? Yeah, they use carbon fiber. Listen, here's the crazy thing. Everyone knows, well, not everyone, but if you paid a little bit of attention in school, carbon fiber was not the thing to put in the hull of the ship. This dude he was ready to go. DMX, I'm ready to meet him, because where I'm living name. Anyway, yeah, I can laugh at jokes, stupid, sorry, more. See, this is y'all laughing at the memes. We can skip through all this. I'm not doing this. Oh, and here we go. These cops don't have any type of mental health training. No. And they act like they don't understand and want us to diverse money. Well, I think that's one of the funniest thing is anytime you say defund the police, that's the big talking point for law and order, Republicans, conservatives. You don't want to, what do you mean you want to shrink the police? Dude, the police run around with military grade weapons, okay? Y'all have tanks, helicopters, armor trucks. You have it all. But you don't have the, $1 million to sit there and train all your people about what to do when you're dealing with someone that has a mental health issue. And the thing is, mental health crises are becoming more and more because, as I said a couple of weeks ago, we don't have facilities that help support this. So people are really just left at home in their own devices. And when you having someone in family that has mental health issues, you know, if they decide to stop taking their meds because they feel great, which happens way too often, like, no, the meds have made you feel great. I know, so I'm gonna stop taking them. No. The meds have made you feel great. I know, I'm gonna stop taking them. Anyway, if you have anyone in family or close to you, you know that conversation. That conversation comes up, and then there's the downturn, and then there's the recovery. And that's a cycle. And that's a cycle that people are left at home with their own devices, people who live on their own and things of that nature. And the police, who are the first that come out, I'm saying you need the training. Like, you're not going to be able to call 911 and say, hey, you're not going to be able to discern if the person is having a mental health crisis. But the police, those who are designed to protect and serve, should. That's all I'm saying. They should. But they'll continue to argue that defunding the police means stripping police of their power and making the world lawless, where instead of defunding the police, maybe that's it. It should be changed from defunding the police to refunding the police, and refunding as in putting the funds into programs and trainings to help the police get better. Let's tag that. Telp 2024. We will not defund the police. We will refund the police. Man, this presidential campaign is coming along phenomenally. Big Sis Chris, you should see a lot of people. They get confused because I be over here looking debonair, but my mouth is garbage, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to be the biggest news story of the summer?
Biggest news story of the summer so far, or once we hit the summer?
Once we hit the summer, what you think?
Well, I think politics are always going to be big because we're gearing up for the next presidential election. So I think we're going to get a lot of. I think we're already up to 14 Republican potential presidential candidates. So I'm sure that's going to get higher. Trump's going to do something stupid. The heat wave that is hitting Texas is about to hit everybody. So that's going to be stupid. And then we'll figure out apparently the Biden administration this morning said they want to get high-speed internet to every family. And so that'll probably be some sort of big news too. But I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing on the horizon of craziness. I mean, unless we have some sort of catastrophe, which is possible with the way. But like I said before, I don't think the UFO thing is going to make any more of a noise than it is. I think every time someone finds out they're like aliens, they're like, yeah, and it's like, all right, and then we just move on because some other shit happens. Until ET is at your door, I don't think it's going to make that big of a societal impact. Yes, I think Teflon Don is going to slip these charges too. Remember, the judge on that case was appointed by him. You can say all you want. That motherfucker is safe. It's basically the get out of jail free card in his pocket, and he stays with one of those. No, dude. Listen, I've been praying for Florida to fall off the country for a long, long time. It won't. It just won't, dude. You know what it is? It's a growth, okay? It's like that growth you get removed, and then it just keeps coming back. And you're like, well, can we pop it or can we? No. Florida is going to forever be Florida. California will fall off of the country before Florida goes away. Sadly. Do I think the sub? All right, two things. I'll do the. I stopped watching the BET Awards years ago. Okay, what I get is I'll get the highlights on Instagram, and from what I've seen on Instagram, I didn't miss a goddamn thing. The BET Awards are an embarrassment. BET is borderline an embarrassment, and I say throw the whole thing away. I know Tyler Perry just bought it. Oh my gosh, Tyler Perry's going to make it better. Will he? Will he? Have the Medea movies gotten better? No. Is The Oval a good show? No. Is Bruz a good show? No. Is Sis a good show? No. So why would I believe Tyler Perry's going to do anything to make this better at all? He's just got a platform to throw up more of his dumbass shows. And yes, I'm saying it live, and I know this is terrible for a career move because I will act my ass off on a Tyler Perry show. But as someone who has the funds, the opportunity, the studio, and every possibility to go and put out some good quality black programming, he refuses to do it, and it drives me crazy. And that is why I don't think BET is going to be any better. Throw it away, start it over. Do I think the sub incident was a distraction from other things in the world? No, I don't. I think they can pull out anything out their ass for a distraction in the world. I think the sub thing is literally just proof of how much we value rich people on the planet, right? Like, they bought these plane tickets. They bought these sub tickets for $250,000 per ticket. And you had a billionaire on a cruise. You had a Pakistani businessman and his son. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you want to know about what the rich people are doing, that's what you do. You follow it. It's really that Patrice O'Neal clip. The Patrice O'Neal clip is much longer, and if you haven't seen this joint elephant in the room, go watch it. But what he basically says is, he goes, "Hey, I would love for people to spend this much time looking for my daughter, but they wouldn't. If that cell was full of black folk, and the first article came out was that Tahir Rush cut some corners, it'd been like, them niggas is dead, and it would have been over. They'd have spent, like the NFL boat, Patrice O'Neal, he said they walked out to the edge of the water. I can't see them. That is the energy that we would get. So no, I don't think it's a distraction. I think it shows you where the world's priorities and what media wants to spend time with. I don't think it was a distraction. I think it's just par for the course, honestly. Listen, CJ, if the shoe don't fit, you must have quit, or some shit like that. I don't know. Listen, we all know Miami is different. We know Atlanta is different. We know there are pockets in the South that are different. But here's the problem. It's only a pocket when the rest of the state is a whole bootcut jean. Yes, I know. I said a bootcut jean. Yes. Throw the whole shit away and start over. I know. That's crazy. I know. Season 52 was going to be the breakout season where the show actually got good. So, sadly, I'm going to miss out. Well, that's my whole point. Tyler Perry has money, resources. There are black writers out there that write phenomenal scripts that cannot get their shit on air. You have the potential to have a home for that type of thing, and Tyler Perry has not done anything better. So why would I expect it now? I just won't. That's it. Any more questions or comments before we get out of here? Concerns? Listen, I'm tight because as a creative in this industry, like, you know, when you go to Universal, you go to WB, you go to you go to the black department. You get filtered into the black department, you get pushed to the side. They go, oh, well, we got our one nigga show this season, so you gotta wait. Abbott Elementary is on and killing right now, and they're going, well, there's no more space on TV for any more black comedies, because are you going to compete with Abbott Elementary? So instead of being Tyler Perry has the ability to do what Motown did in the 50s and 60s. Be a home for all of these black artists to come and make it to mainstream and do this. And Tyler Perry has not done it. And I'll say yet, because the possibility is there, but I don't care, because it's been years. He's not shown any motive to do anything but line his pockets at this point. Maybe the purchase of BET is the beginning of like him coming around, but I call bullshit. Stay hydrated. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I'm right, not tight. Oh, well, I answered both of those. Anyway, that's it. At Comedy Trap House News, it's your boy Marv. We appreciate you coming out, spending time. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I know for some of you who have already seen this, you're like, I'm done with this fucking video. Send it to people, okay? Send it. Shit. Thank you. That's it.